Have you ever wondered why some salespeople are striving while others are starving? Why is it that sales is labeled as the highest and lowest paying profession out there? What really makes the difference between success and failure in the field of sales? My name is James Tanti. For over 3 decades, I've been training people in professional sales, startup businesses, and mentoring others to build million-dollar enterprises. Hey, life changers, leaders, and legends in the making. James Tanti here. Today, we'll be discussing part two of the pyramid of sales success. The pyramid represents 13 levels of skill sets that are critical to master if you aspire to having a healthy and profitable business in sales. Any weaknesses in these levels of the pyramid will ultimately hinder your success. Now, in part one, we discussed the foundational principles. If you haven't watched it yet, put it on your list because the foundation is the most important skills. And those are your mission, vision, and goals, prospecting and qualifying, and booking appointments with urgency. Today, in your second of a 3-series program, we'll be discussing the 5 middle layers of the pyramid. And these are your skills in discovering the values, beliefs, and wants of your prospect, creating a value-added presentation, trial closing, price conditioning, and sweeping objections. Let's give it a little stretch here and get ready to climb up to the next level of success. Discovering values, beliefs, and wants. The secret to success in sales is pretty simple. All you need to do is find out what people want and give it to them. Pretty simple, right? Well, first of all, you have to have the right people. That's your prospecting and qualifying. And giving them what they want really is what we're going to talk about now. And that's discovering not just their wants, but their beliefs and their values. Because their beliefs and their values is going to give you the feedback on how you're going to present the information most appropriately. And it starts with questions, because questions, they are the answer. Open-ended questions. And what open-ended questions are is really discovery-based questions. And to ask good questions, you need to have a feeling inside of curiosity, but more importantly is thinking about really how can I help you? What challenges are you currently facing? What solutions have you tried? How's that working? What's not perfect yet? What product or service are you currently using now? Now, this is so important because during your presentation, you're going to be comparing the differences, the advantages and disadvantages of what they have versus using your product or service. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What would make our product or service a must-have for you? I love that question. That's a tough question. In fact, asking a question right at the beginning of presentation gets you out of the gate strong for asking commitment-based questions throughout the presentation. Now, a lot of times people may not answer that. They might dodge the question. They may not even answer it. And if they don't, you can soften the question, ask it again. Maybe something like, well, I'm curious, what would make our product unbelievable? What are some of the features that you'd really like to see if you decided to go ahead? So that's truly the power of discovering what people want. Our next layer of the pyramid, we're going to talk about having a value-added presentation. Rapport. Before you do the presentation, your customer needs to know that you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Regarding rapport, there's a lot of techniques that will go in other videos that you can gain trust, but trust is the most important. And without it, the rest of the presentation doesn't matter. The client needs to know that you're not there to make a sale. You're there to help them, and you've got their best interest at heart. Features, advantages, benefits. There's a saying that features tell, benefits sell. A feature is a noun. An advantage bridges the noun to the benefit, which the benefit is a action or a verb. So a feature really is static. It means nothing without the benefit. And the key, what we want to have here, is the benefits solve the problem. The benefit is something that also invokes an emotion. And all sales decisions are made emotionally. They're backed logically. The feature, the benefit is what sells. Power of the story. Stories are wonderful tools to add into your presentation because the subconscious mind has no sales resistance to a story. And so from the beginning of time, all influencers have used stories. So start with your personal story. What's your experience with the product? How has it touched your life? How has it made your life easier? How has it made your business better? Success stories of your clients. Take those stories and incorporate several throughout your presentation. Let's talk about the anatomy. In future trainings, we will discuss really how to put a powerful story together. At a high level here, the anatomy is simply a past, a present, and a future. The past is the problem. That's their life without the product. The present is the solution. That's enjoying the product. And the future is how everything is so much better. Of course, stories need to be true. Practice them. Write them down in advance, implement them in your presentation. Unique value-added proposition, also known as unique selling proposition. What makes your product different and better than the competition? Your job is to take those little differences, put a magnifying glass on it, amplify it so that they see it in living color. Now, we're not talking about exaggerating. We're talking about making a big deal on the little things because the little things do make the big difference. Why is your product more than worth it? You see, at the beginning of the presentation, the value of your product is low where the price is high. And as you elevate the value, guess what happens? It's going to lower the actual price. And as your value continues to build, the price lowers. And the urgency also increases because the desire will increase as the value is increased. And ultimately, there needs to be trust. Trust is the key to any presentation. Any effective presentation, there needs to be rapport between you and the client. There needs to be an established trust. Most of that has happened even before you've got your presentation face-to-face or on Zoom. The client truly must believe you have their best interest at heart. We'll discuss a little bit more about rapport techniques and tactics in future trainings. And then once you take this, your features and your benefits, and you have clarity on the lineage, blend it into a story that you can present to your prospects under different situations. And so if you're already clear on these, which you probably should be if you're watching this video now, then this is a perfect thing for you to get clear on to train to build your team.